We start tonight in Dundee, though the men police need to interview could come from anywhere in Britain. 2 months ago, on Monday the 8th of May, a shopkeeper was attacked in his own shop in Union Street in the city centre. Gordon Johnston died from his injuries. He was married with 2 children, aged 12 and 9. Many of the witnesses to the events that day have taken part in our reconstruction. Dundee, with its famous bridge across the Tay, attracts shoppers from around the east of Scotland. At the heart of the shopping centre is Union Street, and one of the oldest shops there is Gow's for guns and fishing tackle.
How's the family?
Very well, actually. It's Alistair I'm in about. I'm looking for a gun for him. He's joining the gun club.
Gordon Johnston had been working here since he left school at the age of 16 in 1955. He began as an assistant and had now become manager and sole employee.
That's perfect. How much is that?
£29.95.
Can I bring him in and let him have a look at it?
Ah, yes, I'll put it aside for you.
That'd be fine.
OK, Mr. Lawson. Bye now.
Thanks, bye-bye.
It's Monday, May the 8th. Gordon took the 9A route each day to travel into town, and on that morning, regular passengers remember him as usual. He was seen getting off the bus opposite Burton's at about 8:45 that morning, and he then walked along the Nethergate to the shop. Shortly before 9, he was seen removing the grills that protect the windows, but he left the grills on the door. Then, before opening the shop to customers, Gordon went on a couple of errands.
Morning.
At the gasboard showroom, the till receipt shows he dropped in to pay his bill at 3 minutes after 9.
That's £3.07.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Mr. Johnson then went shopping. Gordon Taylor, a bank employee, met him back near Gow's. He glanced up at the church clock and remembers it was 9:14. About then, another witness was heading up Union Street.
Well, I went to the baker's and did some messages, and I walked up past the shop. And as I was passing the man bending down, I heard a remark.
I slept in this morning.
And there was 2 men at the window who he may be speaking to.
A salesman phoned Gow's sometime between 9:15 and 9:20, and someone answered.
Ah, good morning. It's Mr. Travers of Whatmore Clothing. Look, we have a new range of outdoor jackets, and I think you'd be...
Mr. Travers doesn't know who he spoke to, but assumed it was Mr. Johnson. He thinks whoever answered was used to dealing with reps and described him as sounding middle-aged.
Yeah, fine. Well, actually, I'll be up in Dundee later today, so is it all right if I drop by? Ah, that's great. That's fine. Well, look, I'll see you later.
John Richmond is the postman for the district. He was surprised to find Gow's shut and was unable to deliver the mail. We know that was at 9:24, since a few doors up he crossed the road to Henderson's Jewellers and was recorded on their security camera, which shows a clock. By this time, the town was filling up, and police need to hear from anyone who visited the area of the Nethergate and Union Street. The first shopper known to visit Gow's that morning was John Bishop.
Came down Union Street to go into Gow's to buy some fishing tackle. So I tried the front door, it was locked. Looked at my watch, it was 9:38. A man's head appeared from behind the shop door. And as I turned to walk down the street, his head appeared again. He didn't seem concerned that he'd seen me at all.
A few minutes later, Marion Davidson went to the shop. As she tried the door, she heard a voice.
Wait a minute!
She didn't have time to wait and went to work. Kenneth Hastie was walking up Union Street, and so was Linda Galozzi. When Linda drew level with Gow's, she saw a man acting suspiciously, and she stopped to watch. He seemed to be having trouble locking the door.
That was suspicious.
Yeah.
Some people riding out.
Mr. Hastie remembers that the man disappeared behind a red van parked outside Scott's bar.
So what?
Inside the bar, the owner was talking to a member of her staff.
Are you open?
No.
At the other end of Union Street, on the Nethergate, Mickey Liddell was driving into town when a man ran right out in front of him. By 4:30, a customer had become so concerned, he'd summoned the police. They discovered Gordon Johnston's body. His watch had been smashed and had stopped at 21 minutes past the hour. In fact, the hour hand was broken in the attack, but presumably it was 21 minutes past 9, which means that it's very important to identify those two men who were seen looking into the shop window a little bit earlier.
Indeed, yes. One is described as in his late 30s and 5 feet 9 inches in height. The other is smaller and described in his 20s. He's of stouter build than the first one.
Now, one of the witnesses, as we saw in the reconstruction, actually saw a face inside the shop.
Yes, unfortunately it's only half a face because, as you would see in the film, the window was obscured and we could only see the witness could only see the top part of the man's face. He describes him as being 40 to 50 years, 5 foot 9 inches in height, slim build and pointed, craggy features.
Even so, it's quite a detailed Crimewatch video fit, that.
It is, yes.
Now, we've got an even more detailed one, or at least we've got a more complete video fit, because this is the man seen running away from the shop.
That's right.
Or at least walking away briskly.
This man carrying a gun case is described as 25 years, again 5 foot 9 inches in height, of average build and sharp features. He had dark collar length hair and he was wearing light denim jeans, and witnesses have described his clothing as either a light anorak, which was dark blue in colour, or a jerkin, and it had a hood, but this hood may have been attached to an undergarment.
Okay, it's quite similar to the video fit that we saw, the half video fit earlier. Now, it also is quite similar to a man who was picked up by that security camera in the jeweller's shop shortly after 9 o'clock, isn't it?
That is correct, yes.
What time was this taken?
This was shortly after 9 at the same jeweller's shop, and it may have been that this man was innocently going to a railway station, a bus station or whatever, but we haven't traced him and it's imperative that we do.
Here it is again. We'll freeze on that point. Now, if that was you, and if you were innocently going about your business that morning, a little bit after 9 o'clock, please do call us right away now. There was a clasp knife found as well. This outside Scott's bar, which is on the route that the man was seen walking away fairly briskly. You suspect this might have been stolen from Gow's?
Yes, Mr. Johnson did sell such knives, but unfortunately we cannot say how many have been stolen, or indeed this is the only one.
So if anybody was offered an Opinel French clasp knife in suspicious circumstances, particularly in the Tayside area, you need to hear from them.
That is correct, yes.
Now, he was a popular man in the vicinity, and I know local people have been very upset, let alone the family.
Very much, yes.
They've got together a reward.
Yes, the proprietors of the shop and their associates in the area have put forward a reward of £12,000 for information which will lead to the arrest and the conviction of the person or persons who have committed this crime.
OK, well, we know that Mrs. Johnston and the children are watching tonight. If you think in any way you can help, here's the number to ring. In the studio, it's 01811 8055. Or you can ring Tayside Police at Dundee direct on 0382 23200. That's 0382, the code for Dundee, 23200.